Hello, welcome back to another episode of Tarot CelebriTEA with your boy Ducky. Today we are going to be reading tarot cards for Yang Zi and Xiao Zhan, who are some famous actors. So we are going to just read a little bit of some of their cards on and stuff like that. So they are both famous Chinese actors, if I'm not mistaken. From what I'm scrolling here on the Google. So I did YouTube a little bit how to pronounce their names. I'm so sorry in advance if I botch them up. And they sound very Americanized. I'm so sorry. I'm trying. Y'all. So anyway, uh, first and foremost, as always, I do always want to give a little disclaimer that these videos are for entertainment purposes. And why is that? That is because we do not have Yang Zi or Xiao Zhan. Uh, anyway, we don't have them here to confirm nor deny that what I'm seeing in the cards resonates and is factual to what's pertaining in their life or is not resonating. So just remember to keep that in mind while watching these videos. So I'm just using my my own practice with reading tarot cards and using my intuition to kind of see what's going on with the cards that pop up and relaying the information to you all. So without further ado, let's get started on Yang Zi and Xiao Zhan's reading. All right, so let's see what their general energy is like together currently. We got the Hanged Man. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. And we got the Ace of Swords. So I'm seeing a little bit of a trajectory. I feel like we're going to start with this card. So it seems that the two of them, although they do have a great chemistry and vibe I'm seeing together, there have been some challenges that they've had to overcome. And this is coming in reverse. So I do see that there are some challenges, some quarrels, some arguments that they've overcome, and they are letting go of that now. Like they are in another energy where they're like, that was in the past. Let's let go of that stuff and let's continue communicating now with the Ace of Swords. Here, the Ace of Swords is all about, communication, the beginnings of like engaging actively on conversations and things that you are thinking about. So that's what I'm seeing between Yang Zi and Xiao Zhan, is that they are actively seeking to talk with each other more, communicating more, and letting go of something that happened in the past. I don't know if it's something that like both of them, like there were like some kind of like conflicts or challenges, some kind of like arguments that happened between the two of them, or maybe it was them two with like the media partners or the companies that they were working with. But they're letting go of that, and there's a better sense of communication between the two of them now. They've let go of a lot of things that have happened, and now they're like, all right, now that we let that go, let's not repeat the same challenges, the same mistakes again, and let's continue just like moving forward and actively communicating with one another, which is great. All right, so let's do some thoughts. What are Yang Zi's thoughts on Xiao Zhan, and what are Xiao Zhan's thoughts on Yang Zi? So let's do that. Also, I am recording this on a Tuesday. I normally upload videos and post them on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but I'm feeling a little ambitious this month, and I'm hoping to try and post at least 5 times a week. So my standard Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and then like an additional 2 other videos per week. That way I can get some of these videos on my to-do list out of the way. That way many of you are won't have to be waiting as long. So hopefully I can do that. That's my goal for this month. All right, so let's get some thoughts. What are Yang Zi's thoughts on Xiao Zhan? Yang Zi's thoughts on Xiao Zhan. King of Cups. Yang Zi's thoughts on Xiao Zhan. The Ten of Swords in reverse. The Six of Cups in reverse. Okay. A lot of emotions here. All right, I'm going to drink some tea. My voice is feeling a little meh. Okay, excuse me. All right, let's get Yang Zi's thoughts on Xiao Zhan. Crown. Interesting, we got Crown and King of Cups with the crown. All right, so let's start with this for now. Okay, so Yang Zi's thoughts on Xiao Zhan. So she believes Xiao Zhan is very emotionally sensitive guy. Like he's very in tune with his emotions, and he recognizes his emotions. Now, the difficulty that she sees with him, though, um, is that he dwells a lot on the past, with the Six of Cups here showing up in reverse. Normally, the Six of Cups talks about lots of memories, you know, childhood, um, nostalgia. But when it comes in reverse, it can talk about that sometimes, like, you think about the past so much that you wish to relive it, you wish to stay in the past. And so it seems that Yang Zi believes that Xiao Zhan sometimes, like, because he is very emotionally sensitive and emotionally tuned with himself, sometimes he thinks about the past so much that it's hard for him to stay present. Um, and I think what's happened is that Yang Zi believes that he has just been hurt a lot um, in his lifetime, and maybe he likes to dwell in the past when things were simple, things were, you know, not so difficult, and before he had gotten hurt. So that's what I'm seeing. But like with the crown here, the crown represents, you know, spirit and energy. She believes he has a lot of great energy, a lot of great spirit, a great even aura, I want to say. Um, and she sees that he like uses his emotions as a great way to escape. Maybe to live in like a life of like illusion or fantasy type of things, but not in a bad way, you know, like because Xiao Zhan is an actor. So like I feel like he pulls a lot from the past, from past uh, hurts and struggles and traumas. He pulls from those to help, like with his acting, to help him feel motivated, which is what I see here, like what she sees in him. This is what Yang Zi sees in Xiao Zhan, is that has he uses his emotions in a way to transcend and to harmonize his acting with his past uh, struggles and his past hardships and whatnot. The only thing that I'm seeing here is that maybe Yang Zi believes that maybe that could not be too healthy sometimes, because sometimes it makes it harder for you to move on from the past. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in regards to like what are Yang Zi's thoughts and perceptions on Xiao Zhan. So let's go on with Xiao Zhan's thoughts and perceptions on Yang Zi. The Hermit in reverse. The Nine of Wands. And the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay. Easy. I'm getting this message easy as well. fortunate. I'm fortunate to be myself with friends and loved ones around me. Fortunate, be myself. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So Xiao Zhan believes that Yang Zi is very, very headstrong, almost stubborn in the sense because we got the Nine of Wands here. The Nine of Wands talks about resilience, you know, no matter all the hardships that you go through, like you still believe in yourself, you're still very strong. So Xiao Zhan sees that Yang Zi is very strong. She's very resilient. She's very independent. And again, fortunate to be myself. She knows who she is. She is always herself. But the problem that I'm seeing here is that Xiao Zhan believes because she is very resilient, she is very strong and confident within herself. Um, Sometimes she doesn't like to listen to other people's advice. The hermit normally, which is ruled by Virgo, the hermit normally can talk about, you know, wisdom, um, gaining knowledge, listening to advice from other people. But when it comes in reverse, it could talk about that you keep to yourself a lot. You become a little bit too much of a hermit, or that sometimes you don't let other people in, whether that's like in love or like through advice, stuff like that. She's very Xiao Zhan believes that she's very resilient and very stubborn sometimes, in the case that she doesn't sometimes want help from others. Like, even when people want to help her or give her advice, it's like she's so used to being independent and being herself that maybe she doesn't know how to receive help, even when it comes from a kind hearted place. Because I feel like she thinks that whenever people want to help her, it's because they see her as weak or they see that she needs help. And so that's kind of what I see in regards to Xiao Zhan's perceptions of Yang Zi. She's very strong, like no doubt about that. Very resilient, very tough. She's a tough cookie. Um, but maybe sometimes, like, whether it's him or someone else that wants to give her advice or wants to help her out in any way, sometimes she's like, no thanks, you know, like, I'm okay on my own. Thank you though. So that's kind of what I'm seeing with this. So let's do some advice for both of them. That's always satisfying, seeing the cards do that little bridge and the little noise. It's nice. I decided to have the little black light vibes today. Hopefully y'all don't mind. And if you do mind, let me know. Feel free to let me know. All right, so let's do some advice for Yang Zi. Advice for Yang Zi. The Six of Wands. Yeah, she's got a lot of fire. She's fiery. The Nine of Swords. The Eight of Wands, yeah. All right, let's get her an oracle card. Spring. Childhood. Innocence, excitement, creativity. Okay. And let's get some cards representing advice for Xiao Zhan. The King of Wands in reverse. The Ace of Wands in reverse. And the Nine of Cups. Hopelessness. This came out in reverse, so it's the negative aspect of hopelessness. Is submission to powerful forces, even weak forces. Yeah. So Yeah, that's exactly what I'm seeing. So let's start with this because I was immediately like just drawn to Xiao Zhan's cards. So the advice for Xiao Zhan with hopelessness showing up here is that he easily gets unmotivated. And again, like remember how Yang Zi interpreted Xiao Zhan as the King of Cups, the very emotionally sensitive king. Um, the advice for Xiao Zhan is to not get unmotivated easily, to not let his emotions derail him from like losing his ambitions, his desires, his goals. Because with the King of Wands here showing up in reverse, the King of Wands in reverse to me represents, like a very jealous, argumentative, um, angry type of energy. So I feel like here sometimes Xiao Zhan lets some of those stronger emotions get the better of him. Anger, sadness, um, jealousy, stuff like that. He lets those get the better of him, and sometimes it like really unmotivates him from wanting to like continue on in any of his projects. So the advice for him is to continue trying to find ways that will emotionally please him. Whether that doesn't always have to be like projects or anything, but something that he can do daily. Um, and to me, like he got a good amount of cup cards, which is all representative of water, like either like taking up swimming, um, buying like a nice like waterfall or something in his home that always has like constant water um, movement, the sounds of water movement to help him kind of feel more at peace and calm because he easily gives into like those feelings of like sadness and depression or hopelessness um, and it starts like messing with his sense of self, and then he might lash out on others. He might start kind of being a little bit angry or irritable, and also like it causes him to not be as motivated. So the advice for him is to really kind of like find something that really emotionally pleases him, and that's something that's like not his job, something that's not his career, something outside of his career that can emotionally please him just to de-stress and take his mind off of things, stuff like that. So that's what I'm seeing for Xiao Zhan. All right, so let's look at advice for Yang Zi. The advice for Yang Zi is that she loses a lot of sleep because she's always motivated. There's so many things that Yang Zi wants to accomplish, so many things that are going on, and also like it could be that maybe things she's always on the go, go, go. Like the Eight of Wands here represents fast movement. Always fast, 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 fast. I don't know if she's got a lot of things going on right now, but either way, she likes to move fast. She likes to do things quickly, and sometimes that causes her to lose sleep because she kind of wants things to. She believes that like maybe the faster she works, or the more things that she has, the more projects that she has going on, the more successful and victorious and um, yeah, successful and victorious she's going to be. So the advice that I'm seeing with her is to allow herself to play a little bit more. Spring is all about childhood. It's all about, that youthful nature, being excited, playing some more. She's very determined. And that's also what Xiao Zhan saw within like the cards earlier that represented that she's very independent and she wants to do a lot of things and she's very motivated, which is always great. She's very fiery, is what I'm seeing. But sometimes all of that ambition, all of those goals, and all that drive causes burnout. It causes her to maybe lose sleep or to start getting anxious because she just wants to accomplish so much. And maybe she feels that the faster she works towards things, the more successful she's going to be. And she just needs to be a little bit more mindful of her sleep cycle is what I'm seeing. Like she needs to find some time to kind of, allow some napping, just like children like to nap, take some rest, and have some fun. She needs to relax and have some fun as well, because she is very ambitious. Ambitious. She is very, very much a go-getter, and she likes to do things quickly. And so the advice for her is to just kind of like maybe slow down a little bit, allow herself to relax, allow herself to take some naps if she needs, if she starts feeling burnt out. Um, or to really get a better steady sleep schedule going. Um, that way she can be, or she can continue to be motivated and successful in any endeavor that she does. So that's what I am seeing in regards to their cards. Um, yeah, so let me know what y'all thought. Let me know um, any types of readings I should add on to my to-do list. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Or a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. That's totally okay too. And feel free to give me some constructive criticism. I'm always open to that. And that's it for me. Make sure to do whatever you need to do to take care of yourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Stay hydrated and be kind to yourselves and others, and remember to love yourselves. Okay, bye.